When it comes to choosing between the M3 and M2 MacBook Pro, it can be a bit puzzling. Both sound similar, but there are some important differences to consider. The M3 and M2 refer to the types of processors inside the MacBook Pro, which are like the brains of the computer. Understanding these differences can help you pick the best one for you. In this video, we will talk about which one is better, M3 MacBook Pro or M2 MacBook Pro. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get regular updates. Let's get into the video. Design and build. Let's start by talking about how the M3 MacBook Pro and M2 MacBook Pro look and feel. They both have a really nice design. They're made of aluminum, which makes them strong and stylish. One cool thing about these laptops is that they have the same size. This consistency in size means you can expect the same level of portability and ease of use from either model. Now, there's a new color option available for the M3 MacBook Pro and M3 MacBook Pro Max models. Alongside the usual silver color, you can now get them in space black. It's a new color that adds a bit of extra flair and uniqueness to the high-end models. However, if you're looking at the standard M3 MacBook Pro, you'll find it comes only in space gray and silver. This means you have fewer color choices if you're going for the standard model, but you still have some nice options to choose from. Display technology. Both the M3 MacBook Pro and M2 MacBook Pro come with really nice displays. Whether you choose the 14-inch or 16-inch model, you're getting what's called a liquid Retina XDR display. This means the screen is super clear and bright, making everything look really sharp. The resolution, which is like how many pixels are packed into the screen, is really high, giving you a great viewing experience. And the best part is, both sizes have thin borders around the screen, so you get more screen and less border, which looks really sleek. Now, here's where we see a difference between the two displays. The M3 MacBook Pro screen can get even brighter than the M2 MacBook Pro screen. This extra brightness, measured in something called nits, means that the M3 screen is better for looking at really bright stuff, like when you're working outside on a sunny day or watching HDR videos. Another thing to note is that both the M3 and M2 MacBook Pro models have a little notch at the top of the screen. This notch houses the camera, which is used for video calls and taking pictures. The good news is that the camera on both models is really good, with high-definition quality, so your video calls will look nice and clear. CPU and GPU performance. One big way the M3 and M2 MacBook Pros are different is in how powerful they are. The M3 chips, which are like the brains of the MacBook Pro, are made using a technology called 3-nm architecture. This means they can do more tasks faster and more efficiently while using less power compared to the M2 chips, which use a 5-nm architecture. Let's break it down a bit further. Both the base 14-inch M3 and M2 MacBook Pros have an 8-core CPU, with 4 really powerful cores and 4 less powerful ones, and a 10-core GPU, which is what helps with graphics. However, the M3 chip has more tiny electronic parts called transistors, 25 billion of them, compared to 20 billion in the M2 chip. More transistors usually mean better performance. Now, when we look at the M3 Pro version, there are some changes. It has an 18-core GPU and slightly slower memory compared to the M2 Pro. The CPU is faster too, with 12 cores, but it swaps 2 really powerful cores for 2 less powerful ones, giving it 6 really powerful cores and 8 less powerful ones. On the other hand, the M3 Max version is even more powerful. It has a 16-core CPU and a 40-core GPU, which is more than the M2 Max's 12-core CPU and 38-core GPU. The M3 Max also has more transistors and more memory compared to the M2 Max. Ports and connectivity. When it comes to plugging things into your MacBook Pro, both the M2 and M3 models have pretty much the same options. You'll find 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports that also support USB 4. These are super fast ports that let you connect things like external monitors, hard drives, or other accessories. There's also a headphone jack so you can listen to music or videos without bothering anyone else. Plus, you get an HDMI port for connecting to a TV or projector, an SDXC card slot for transferring photos or videos from your camera, and a MagSafe 3 port for charging your laptop safely. This setup is exactly the same for both the M2 and M3 MacBook Pro models, including the Pro and Max versions. So no matter which one you choose, you'll have all these options for connecting your devices. However, there's one thing to keep in mind if you're looking at the 14-inch M3 MacBook Pro. Unlike its larger counterparts, it only has 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports instead of 3. This might be seen as a downside if you need to connect multiple devices at once, so it's something to consider when making your decision. Now let's talk about wireless connections. Both the M2 and M3 MacBook Pro models, regardless of size or version, come with Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3. This means you can connect to the internet wirelessly using the fastest Wi-Fi technology available and pair your laptop with Bluetooth devices like headphones or speakers without any hassle. Charging and battery life. When it comes to keeping your MacBook Pro powered up, both the M3 and M2 models have impressive battery performance. They can charge up super fast too, with the 14-inch and 16-inch models reaching up to 50% charge in just half an hour when using the included 96-watt or 140-watt power bricks. But here's where the M3 MacBook Pros really shine. Because of their fancy 3-in architecture, they're even better at saving battery power compared to the M2 models. Take the entry-level 14-inch M3 MacBook Pro, for example. It can keep going for a hopping 22 hours of watching videos on a single charge, which is better than the 17 hours you get from the M2 model. And it's not just the basic model that's got the battery power. Even the higher-end 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M3 Pro and M3 Max versions can last longer on a single charge than their M2 counterparts. They can play videos for 18 hours straight, compared to the 17 hours of the M2 Pro or M2 Max MacBook Pro. The 16-inch MacBook Pro with the M3 Pro and M3 Max versions is no slouch either. It can keep the show going for 22 hours of video playback on a single charge, which beats out the 21 hours you get from the M2 Pro and M2 Max models. Pricing and storage options. Let's talk about the prices of these MacBook Pro models. The 14-inch M3 MacBook Pro is the most affordable, starting at $1,599. If you want a bit more power, you can go for the 14-inch M3 Pro, starting at $1,999, or the 14-inch M3 Max, starting at $3,199. For those who prefer a bigger screen, the 16-inch M3 Pro starts at $2,499, while the 16-inch M3 Max starts at $3,499. Now, what about the older M2 models? Well, their prices have stayed the same as the newer M3 models. However, you won't find them on Apple's official website anymore. Instead, if you want to buy one of these older models, you'll have to look on websites like Amazon or go to other third-party retailers. When it comes to storage options, there are a few differences between the M3 and M2 models. The M3 Pro and M3 Max models offer storage options of up to 8 TB, which is a lot of space for all your files and programs. However, the base M3 model only goes up to 2 TB of storage. On the other hand, all the M2 MacBook Pro models offer up to 8 TB of storage, so you have plenty of room for your stuff, no matter which one you choose. Choosing between the M3 and M2 MacBook Pro models depends on what you need. If you really want the latest and greatest from Apple and need top-notch performance for your work, go for the M3 MacBook Pro. That's all for now. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and share the video and follow us for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching.